A very good morning, dear children. I hope by now you all are clear with the topic noun and their types, right? See, take out your book and see page number 1. In page number 1, you have been explained in detail about what is noun and then what are the different types of noun that we have already done with examples and definition of each type of nouns. Okay, go to page number 2. You will find that there is a continuation of the chapter of the types of noun and their definition with examples and everything. So I think after the discussion we're in the PPT form, if you go through the chapter clearly, it will not be a difficulty for you. Okay, read it properly. See what is a common noun. A common noun is the general name of person, a place, an animal, or a thing. Here are the examples given. Okay, now again, if we go to the next page, we will see what is a proper noun. A proper noun is the special name given to a particular person, place, animal, or thing. A proper noun always begins with a capital letter. Here we can see the examples given. Then we come to collective nouns. A collective noun is a noun that refers to a group of people, animals, or things of the same type. Okay, so here see, animals or things of the same type. So same type of things together we form the collective noun. Okay, now here are the groups of examples of collective nouns, plus we have already given you a big list of collective nouns which you are supposed to learn, because in your test some of the collective nouns from there might be you will get some of the collective nouns from there. Okay, next we come to see, here are some more examples of collective nouns, so please you should properly learn them. See, here also you have some. Those who don't have the book, see, I am showing you properly. You can write it down in your notebook, and I have also sent you in the PowerPoint presentation. Then see, abstract noun. There are some nouns that do not name any person, place, animal, or thing. They name qualities, relationships, feelings, and ideas which we can think of or feel, but cannot see or touch. Such nouns are called abstract nouns. So here they are defining abstract noun. The qualities: truth, honesty, kindness, loyalty, beauty. Relationships: friendship, companionship. Feeling: love, hatred, devotion, anger, joy, happiness, sadness. Ideas: bravery, honor, wisdom, freedom, curiosity, democracy. Okay, now see how abstract nouns are used in these sentences, and these are the few examples how abstract nouns are ends with y, ity, th, dom, ness, or ment. Now here you get the examples of how abstract nouns have been formed from other words. This we will practice more with exercises later on within the assignments. Okay, with this we come to an end of the chapter discussion. Children, here you will sorry, I forgot to discuss material noun. See, a material noun refers to the material or substance from which things are made. For example, diamond, gold, silver, iron, copper, wool, wood, petrol, diesel, rubber, and plastic are material nouns. Okay, I explained to you that material nouns are the raw material thing we speak about. From here we make different things. Now we come to the exercises. The first exercise is that you have to circle the proper nouns and underline the common nouns in these sentences. See, one has been done for you. I have named my dog Spice. So dog is a common noun and Spice is a proper noun. Okay, in this way you will have to do the exercise number 1. In the second exercise you will see that there are some I have already actually solved these notebook. I'll show the answers later on. I'll send it to you, but before that I think you should do it by yourself. You should at least try to do it by yourself. So here you see, you have to, here are the blanks given and here is the group of words given, the helping words, right? So here you will have to fill in the blanks with the helping words that correctly fits with this collective nouns. Okay, so these are the collective nouns. You will have to fill in the blanks with the proper collective nouns. Okay, then you see C. This exercise C, you have to form abstract nouns from these words. Okay, like poor, it's poverty. Similarly, you have to form the abstract nouns of these words. Free, grow, jealous, and then we come this side. See, good, confident, disappoint, and generous. So you have to form the abstract nouns of these words. Okay. Now we come to countable and uncountable nouns, children. We all know, we have already discussed what are countable nouns. Countable nouns are those nouns which we can count in numbers, right? And uncountable nouns are those which we cannot count. Now we'll see the pointers to remember. In countable nouns, we can make their plural forms like man, men, house, houses, lion, lions, zebra, zebras, eraser, erasers. We can count them and use numbers before them. 1 man, 2 cities, 3 monkeys, 20 cars, 9 shirts. We can use the articles a, an or the before them. A boy, a bird, an apple, an orange, the teacher, the monument. We use words such as many, a few, several and a large number of before them. Many horses, a few pens, several candidates, a large number of watches. So these are the things which are important to note down, because these words cannot be used in front of the uncountable nouns. For example, we cannot use a in front of uncountable noun. We cannot say a water, isn't it? With uncountable nouns, we cannot make their plural form, butter, milk, flour, oil, rice. We cannot count them or use numbers before them. We use words such as piece, slice, grain, sack and pile before them. A piece of chocolate, a slice of cheese, a grain of rice, a sack of flour, a pile of wood. We often use the before them. Pass me the butter, knead the flour, boil the milk, pour the oil, cook the rice. We often use words such as much, little, a large amount of before them. Too much butter, too much rice, little flour, little milk, a large amount of oil, a large amount of money. So, countable and okay, now there are certain words which can be used both with countable and uncountable nouns. Let us see these. We use some and lot before both countable and uncountable nouns. Some men, some sugar, a lot of sweets, a lot of money. We use any before both countable and uncountable nouns in question and negative sentences like, are there any sweets on the table? We can count sweets. So any can be used before countable. Is there any milk in the tea? Any, again, milk is uncountable, but we can use any. There aren't any books here. There isn't any flour in the sack. So these are the examples and explanation of countable and uncountable nouns. Now again here, children, in this exercise you will have to write C. Beside these words there is a dash and you will have to write C. C. The first one is done for you. Salt is uncountable, so you have to write U beside the uncountable noun and C before the countable nouns. One has been done for you. Okay, so you have to fill in the blanks by writing countable or uncountable. Beside these words, there is a dash on that. Okay, hope this entire exercise is clear to you. I have just briefed the entire exercise on nouns that we have already done, already discussed. Please finish off the exercise and then I will send the answers. You can match your answers with the answers that I'll send. Okay, children, have a nice day. Bye-bye.